Welcome back on the VST channel. The March update for my Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra arrived. I installed it. Here I have my Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra for comparison reasons, guys. So, focus on this video is going to be to do a review on the March firmware. Now pay attention, this is only a security patch. Security patch level is from the 1st of March, almost 400 megabytes. How do I know this? When I click on the link here, I get the BXBD, that's the build number. It is still based on Android 14, but it's still One UI 6, so no One UI 6.1. Release date is actually 12th of March, and the security of the device has been improved. On the S24 Ultra, I do also have the latest update, which is also with the security patch level from the 1st of March. I already reviewed this, you can check my full video there. It is using the build number AXBG, and as you can see, well, yeah, why should Samsung bother to even include a changelog? So, welcome to my channel. VST here. Focus is going to be on the S23 Ultra, S24 Ultra here again for comparison reasons, and the first thing I would like to start is from the beginning. And of course, from the beginning we start always with the always on display. Here one of the major differences, we have the option to show the wallpaper on the always on display in One UI 6.1. We don't have this option on One UI 6. I really hope that Samsung is going to push the One UI 6.1 update for S23 Ultra in the next update. So the moment I go back to my always on display, if I double click on the S24 Ultra, I'm going to end up on the lock screen, and on the S23 Ultra the same. But then we have a different animation because the S24 Ultra again will show the wallpaper also in always on display. And yes, we know, we've seen this also somewhere else, Apple iPhone. Now guys, let me just go back directly to the home screen and start with the first thing I always do, and this is just navigating through the entire phone. So if I go to the left, all right, we're gonna be having the option to check the Google thing here. By the way, this is one of the best things. I cannot really live without this. Every morning I just wake up, when I use my phone, I do swipe like this on the right to just get here and use my Google Feed. So Google Feed seems okay. Navigating through the phone seems quite nice, and we can probably do this also in the same time. I'm also shooting this video in 4K 60 FPS later when I will be opening some applications, checking on the animations for your viewing pleasure. So if you want to experience this video with the best settings, yeah, just make sure you're watching it in 4K 60 FPS. Alright, now back on the home screen, guys. If I do like this, I'm gonna get to my notifications. Okay, do like this here as well. You kind of know that you have the option to do this one swipe from the very right, get directly to your quick menu, right? It's good to compare also this, so let me just try to do this. Okay, quick menu here, quick menu here. I have a feeling that the animation is slightly different, but again, that's not an animation comparison. Main focus is here. I want to check how stable this is on my S23 Ultra. Why? Well, because I put the update on my community post, and some of you have mentioned that they have some problems with battery life and also sometimes with the phone being not so responsive. So far, right, this was kind of like the first thing we see, by the way. It's pretty weird, but it seems also laggy. One more time. Okay, one more time. Yeah. One more time. I have a feeling that again this is really what happens. And by the way, the phone was just updated and restarted in the morning, guys, so it should really perform in the best possible way. So now let's just see what happens if we go to the right. Okay, quite nice. And now if I go up to access my app drawer, it's all nice and fancy. There's gonna be some differences also in the animations. I'm gonna spend some time later on this, but right now what I want to see is really how those phones works. Also, something very important, I made sure that I've installed all the updates, and believe me, I had plenty of updates on my S23 Ultra, and there was a huge list with updates I had to install also on my S24 Ultra. Now let's go and let's try to clear all the notifications. Alright, we have also applications that are open. I'm going to leave them for now. Alright, on both phones, a lot of apps still opening. And now guys, let's start with one of the first animations that I love to test all the time. Why? Well, in the past with S21 and specifically S22, I had a problem with this animation. Right now we can see it really works flawless. Not only in One UI 6 on my S23 Ultra, it also works flawless, guys, on my S24 Ultra. And if I am to also move the phone in the landscape mode, it's pretty much gonna be the same. I know this, I tested this so many times. Something important, I want to go inside the settings. I want to check the home screen version. Now on the One UI 6 S23 Ultra, the version is 15.009.1, and on One UI 6 I got an update like I showed you. The version here is higher, it's 15.1.013. So it seems that with One UI 6.1 you are getting also updated versions of some of the applications. This kind of makes sense. Let's also try to see what happens with the gradual blur the moment I go down and I just try to do like this. All right. What we're looking here for is how the blur is applied. Is there any big difference or is it kind of the same? Please pay attention here on the weather widget, but also on the icons, and you can just see how the blur is applied gradually. All right, so it's absolutely uniform. It's one and the same. If I go back on my quick settings, all right, just scrolling left to right feels natural. Right now, the S23 Ultra works absolutely on par with the S24 Ultra. So something else to check is the volume rocker. All right, volume rocker here and here. All right, opening, no major locks. Going inside the settings, absolutely uniform. You know what? I have been using my S24 Ultra since almost the first week it was released, and I bought it with my own money. And I can tell you guys, this is really a good phone. But what about the S23 Ultra? Like, is this really a good upgrade? And I have my opinion on this. If you have the S23 Ultra, it's going to be very hard for you to just be convinced to jump to a Gen 3, and of course just, yeah, for the new camera setup, which is pretty much same camera, but with a 5x optical zoom and without a 10x. So it's gonna be really very hard for you to just do this jump. But if you want to stay, of course, with the latest and greatest technology, then of course you'll be able to just go and buy the latest device. But the S23 Ultra still feels like one of the best devices in 2024. And with that said, guys, let's check on the memory usage. 6 GB are used on my S23 Ultra, a bit more on my S24 Ultra. I'm gonna go here and show you the max period, which is 1 day. It is circa the same, although you can see that the S24 Ultra is using a bit more. The memory usage here, 164 apps used memory in the last 1 day. The memory usage on my S23 Ultra is 140 apps. It's circa the same. I do have 12 GB RAM on both units, and they are using also 512 terabyte storage, so it's pretty much kind of the very same phones, right? Of course, that's the S24 Ultra, a Gen 3, and also the new camera, the new 5x camera, and the flat screen and all of this, but it's pretty much still the same phone. And with that said, guys, let's try to open the camera and see how it's going to perform. Let's go inside the Recents app and close everything. No more apps in the Recents menu. So let me open the camera one more time. Okay, it's circa the same, guys. One more time, circa the same. All right, okay, it's a bit faster now. I want to compare something, so I will enter here in the camera assistant. So camera assistant, auto HDR, picture softening to off, so I'm going to also kill that one as well. Auto lens switching off, distort correction off, high resolution settings, I think I have everything switched on. And then quick tap shutter, right, let's remove that one. Prioritize focus over speed, remove that one to just make all the settings unified. And now let's go back first on my S23 Ultra, okay, and then on my S24 Ultra. Now definitely a bit quicker on the S24 Ultra, all right. You can just see how many pics I really taken, a lot. So I'm not sure if that's only because of the a Gen 3 or something else, but it seems that the S24 Ultra is just a tiny bit quicker when shutter speed is concerned. And with that said, guys, we are gonna go in the next section. The next section is of course to open some applications, and we start with the folder opening. All right, I have the very same apps, exit. Check how the blur is applied, guys. Right now it is absolutely the same. I'm also, by the way, using the same wallpaper rendered in different colors. I get a lot of questions. This is the Lunar app, just go buy it, it's $1. It's one of the best wallpapers that are really hand-drawn by Matthias Eckhart. I love it, it's beautiful. So going back to the folder, let's try to open Telegram. Okay, and now, guys, I think this is very important, guys. See what happens the moment I go out. Alright, this is one of the changes I was able to spot when I was comparing the One UI 6 to the One UI 6.1. There is a different animation when you are exiting an application. Pay attention to the background here, right? The S24 Ultra with the One UI 6.1 zooms in and out a bit on the wallpaper. Here, wallpaper is just static, right? I have a feeling that this worked differently, one of the better versions in One UI 6, but the end product with One UI 6 is like this. But forget about this. This is again not a full-blown comparison. One UI 6.1 to One UI 6, it want to focus on the One UI 6, and the S24 Ultra here is just for comparison. So that if you have the S23 Ultra and if you're scratching your head, should I buy this phone? Well, yeah, watch the video until the end and you might find some of the answers. But I can also try to save you some time and tell you guys, the S23 Ultra is still one of the best phones in 2024. So yeah, you can do whatever you want with this statement, but I had to tell you. Now let's open Facebook. Again, folder opening, Facebook. Alright, scrolling down, it's pretty much the same experience, very fluid I would say. Now let's open also the Messenger. Alright, you can just see it is absolutely the same phone, even same performance here. So now something important, let's open Instagram. Okay, Instagram is a bit tricky, guys, you know, the moment you scroll down it's okay, but the moment you go to the right, which invoking this portion here might be a bit problematic. But I'm just testing this right now and it seems that it's not so bad at all, right? Okay, and this is the same, by the way, also on the S24 Ultra. Okay, you can just see no big difference in the performance, pretty much working in the same way. Scroll up, you have the chance to upload whatever you want. So S23 Ultra still is able to work exactly as the same phone. It is the same phone, just different design and yeah, upgraded camera. Alright, now let's open also TikTok, see what happens here. Alright, S23 Ultra just loading, it's a bit slower. I'm not using TikTok so much, guys, but you can just see from the way that it's presented on the screen, it's pretty much the same experience. And now, guys, let's try to also test some of the other things. Widgets. So let's open the weather widgets. Scrolling up and down, seems to be exactly the same experience. Even with the bounce, you can see this bounce now going outside, absolutely one and the same. I also want to test the Spotify. Spotify is very important because I have a feeling that the Spotify widget was never fixed. So let's open it here. Okay, open it here as well. Now, guys, the moment I go outside, see, right, see, Jesus, this is broken, guys. This is broken since the first One UI 6 stable, and I'm not sure why Samsung are not fixing it. Sometimes it's broken, sometimes it works, or maybe I'm doing it wrong, but sometimes the animation is just a bit different. Let me open it one more time to be able to confirm. Okay, going outside, see, this is how it should really work. And now one more swipe and we're gonna be back on the home screen. Let's also test the gallery, and pay attention, guys, I have almost 8,000 things on my phone, of which 7,400 are images and another 500 are videos. Right, this is 1 year, almost 1 year of usage of my S23 Ultra, and maybe this is the third backup, so maybe every 3 months, 4 months I do something like this. So I really take a lot of footage privately and also for the test. This animation was also not so fluid in one of the previous versions, but right now I think that Samsung nailed it, right? So zooming in and zooming out feels very nice, very natural, and also this animation, which I believe is absolutely a must for a flagship phone like this. Let's also go inside the security and privacy. Why? Well, there is something called updates, and when you click on updates, usually if there is an update for Google Play system, you're gonna get it. I have to do this manually because it seems that this is not really pushed all the time. Here, even there is an update, so I need to restart a device. I will not do this right now, but apparently there is a new update. So here we have 1st of January 2024. Here we have 1st of February, so I guess that I'm gonna get also the 1st of February Google Play System update on my S24 Ultra. And I do believe this is it, guys. In terms of how those phones operate, it's very close. I would say it's 90% the same experience. Okay, 95% the same experience. So one of them bigger differences is of course going to be just the zoom camera, this 5x, which apparently, yeah, is optical, and the loss of the 10x camera. So here we have 10x, here we have 5x, and that's a big debate. I want to also rematch those phones, but I'm gonna wait for a few more updates on the S24 Ultra to make sure that it's enough matured to be able to test it against the S23 Ultra. I really hope that you have enjoyed this video, guys. If you have any questions, let me know what you think down below, and stay safe. VST over and bye.